Philadelphia Eagles fans, a bombshell piece of news has just arrived. It's not the kind that dominates national headlines or leads every sports show, but it's the kind of move that can change important things inside this franchise. A quiet hire, made away from the spotlight, yet one that directly affects how this team thinks about offense, the running game, and its offensive identity moving forward. Anyone who has followed the NFL has always learned that, in Philadelphia, decisions like this are never random. When the front office makes changes in specific areas of the offense, especially without much noise, there is almost always a plan behind it. It might be fine-tuning, it might be preparation for the future, or it might be a clear signal that something needed to evolve without breaking what already works. The reality is, this hire says less about a single name and much more about the direction the Eagles are choosing to follow. And this is where the story really begins to take shape. Because behind the scenes at the Eagles complex, a recent change to the offensive staff reveals a lot about priorities, philosophy, and long-term vision. This is not just about filling a role. It's about choosing who will help shape the offense every day, who will teach fundamentals, and who will influence decisions week after week. And when you look closely, you start to see how this move connects directly to what has always defined football in Philadelphia. The Eagles have always been a team built from the trenches, a team that believes big games are won at the line of scrimmage through physical wear and tear on the opponent, and by controlling tempo. Within that mindset, the running game has never been just an option. It has always been a statement of identity. Running the football well in Philadelphia is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is culture. It is tradition. It's within that context that the Eagles bring in Ryan Mahaffey. He arrives in Philadelphia to take on two roles that are deeply connected: run game coordinator and tight ends coach. And that combination of responsibilities alone tells you a lot. Because the running game and tight ends cannot function separately. They must constantly work together. They must be aligned in concept, execution, and mindset. Before arriving in Philadelphia, Mahaffey spent 2 years in Green Bay as an assistant offensive line coach, and that detail matters. During that time, the Packers posted numbers that do not happen by accident. Green Bay's offensive line finished tied for 4th in the NFL in sacks allowed, giving up 62, and ranked 5th in sack percentage at 5.1%. Those numbers reflect organization, technique, communication, and consistent daily work on fundamentals. When a team protects its quarterback at that level, especially in a league that is more pass-driven every year, it tells you something is working behind the scenes. It shows that coaches are teaching correctly, players understand their responsibilities, and the system makes sense. Mahaffey was part of that process. He was there every day helping build that efficiency. Now in Philadelphia, he steps into an environment that is different, yet familiar. Different because the Eagles already have a well-established and highly respected offensive line. Familiar because the philosophy is similar. Execute well, play physical, control the game. The difference is that Mahaffey now carries more responsibility. He is no longer just an assistant. He is an active piece in building the offense. As run game coordinator, he will have direct influence on how the Eagles attack defenses each week. This is not just about calling runs. It's about understanding defensive trends, adjusting blocking schemes, varying concepts, and keeping the offense unpredictable without losing efficiency. It's detail-oriented work. It's study. It's constant reading of where the NFL is heading. At the same time, as tight ends coach, Mahaffey will play a major role in developing players who are essential to making this system work. The modern tight end must block well, understand protection schemes, run precise routes, and be in the right place at the right time. It is not an easy position. And when the coach of that group deeply understands offensive line play, the impact can be significant. This move by the Eagles is not about revolution. It's about refinement. It's about making sure the foundation stays strong while the offense continues to evolve. NFL defenses study tendencies, identify patterns, and work to take away strengths. Keeping the running game effective year after year requires constant adjustment. It requires new ideas within the same philosophy. And that is exactly what this hire suggests. There is also a clear message being sent inside the building. The front office is saying it values fundamentals. It values execution. And it believes offensive success starts in the details. It is no coincidence this move happened now. It signals that the Eagles are thinking not just about next week, but about the next phase of this team. For the fans, especially those who have followed this franchise for decades, this type of decision feels familiar. Philadelphia has built its best moments this way, without noise, without flash, but with smart choices that align with the team's identity. Very often, the biggest changes begin exactly like this. The big question is how this will show up on the field. Will we see an even more consistent running game? Will the tight ends take on a more complete and integrated role? Will passing efficiency improve because of the constant threat of the run? These answers do not come overnight. They appear gradually in the details, in in-game adjustments, in third downs that get converted. And that leads us to the question that really sparks debate among fans. Is this hire just a technical adjustment, or is it the first step toward a deeper change in how the Eagles' offense will be built going forward? Now I want to hear from you. Share your opinion in the comments. Tell us whether you think this move will fly under the radar or make a real difference as the season unfolds. Leave a like because it helps the channel reach more Eagles fans, subscribe to strengthen this community, and keep this discussion alive, talking Philadelphia football the way fans deserve.